What is going on, everybody? It's time for your TNA Impact Wrestling review. Probably the greatest TNA episode of every time ever, right? Like I think I'm not wrong. I think I'm not wrong.
I just want to let you know before we, get real up in it, all up in it. The Laurel Van Ness and Braxton Sutter is kind of small and pixelated and looks like crap. I'm just letting you know.
Did you make anything? Okay, shut up. Because you kind of suck at life. So shut up. Anyway, I'll fix it in a minute. I'll fix it during the video. Now I lost my train of thought. I hate you. You suck. You're terrible. I'll fix it here in a second. But yeah, it's your TNA Impact Wrestling review. I want to do something kind of different. Probably what I'm going to do for TNA shows from now on. I do want to promote some of the other things we do on the channel, like the ICW_ podcast 6-pack. I didn't mean to say that like that. The 6-pack that we do, the weekly top 6 countdown that we do every week around.
Why'd you use the
Saturday
promotions one?
What?
Why'd you use must-see?
I didn't have just the 6-pack. I don't have just the 6-pack logo anymore. But that gives them a general idea of what we've done must-see promotions.
That's
we've done our favorite.
Just must-see promotions. That's all.
This I try to do something for his stupid video that don't do nothing, and this man is ungrateful. But we do the 6-pack. Must see promotions was one of them that we done. I think it gives them a good idea of what it is that we done before. Shut up. So it's like one of two I had. I had the Hall of Fame one too. I didn't know which one to put up. I'll need that logo again, by the way. And we also do the weekly WWE review, which only changes when True to the Troops comes around. We usually do that on Thursdays. And we do TNA on Fridays. We're probably going to switch that because I think it's a better idea. But that's just me. That's just my, my smart ideas, that
are terrible.
But anyway, we're gonna play the intro for once in our lives. For once in our lives, we're gonna play the intro. And you're going to be shocked because you're like, the intro? What's that? How'd that work, though? We're going to play the intro. We're going to go back to that. I am, at least. I don't care what Casey does. And then we'll be right back for your TNA Impact Wrestling. Ooh, that's loud. That's really loud. There we go. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. He's back, just so you know.
You're not supposed to talk through the intro. Just.
I talk through it because, I can do what I want. Yes, you should. Fine. It's mine. So shut your mouth when you talk about my show. Anyway, make that a little bit bigger. I think that's fine, right? That looks perfect.
Yeah. The Anth Wrestling.
Oh, nobody care about that. Nobody care about Anthem and ownership and stuff. Nobody care about that. Anyway,
now it's too big and it's low.
You're too big and you suck. Shut up.
Still pixelated and it's
you're still pixelated. Why don't you shut up and do something with it? Shut up. Anyway, let's jump into the review because the picture doesn't matter. It's just kind of there.
It bothers people.
You bother people. That's why I took your face off. Shut up. Anyway, freaking review before I kill this man. Let's jump into the Expedition of Gold. Magnus made his return. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Magnus came out there. He made his return. Him and Rage, new fella, the Mid-Atlantic Tag Team Champions. I was excited. Were you as excited about Magnus's return as I was? Oh, it wasn't that Magnus. Oh, I don't know what his name was. I think it was Magnus, right? It was Magnus. Magnus and
That's what you was talking about because I was like, Magnus wasn't on this show though.
This man don't understand. Anyway, but we had the Expedition of Gold continuing. I'm gonna put all the segments together because I want to. we had the beginning with George Washington. He made his return, his glorious return to TNA. Shout out to George. He was eating some carrots, and he shed some wisdom on broken Matt Hardy. Hardy his abilities, which was pretty funny. So watch Jeff try to do Matt's thing. I laughed a lot watching Jeff trying to do Matt's thing. It was hilarious. It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. And then I actually liked the match a lot better this week. I feel like it did kind of show some of Madison Rage's offensive abilities. Like it still was edited as it. I feel like it kind of should be because I don't know if they have like the rights to show the entire match. But I like that it felt like there was a little bit more offense from the other side, a random team that we don't know of. But I would have rather seen more offense from Psychosis and Super Crazy. I'm just saying. But yeah, I definitely enjoyed the whole Expedition of Gold this week. I thought it went really well. It was very entertaining. It was funny. I love when I don't remember who it was, but the two guys that was number one contenders came up, and Jeff Hardy was like, "Okay, Matt, Louise." That cracked me up for some reason. I don't know what it was. What was so funny about it? I think it was the way he said their names or something was just hilarious. But that cracked me up. I thought it was kind of funny that one guy's name was Matt. I just thought that was pretty funny too. But I like this the Expedition of Gold. I like where they're going with it. I like that Matt came back as the what was he, the King in Gold or whatever. That was pretty funny too. I enjoyed that. But I like the Expedition of Gold. I think it's an interesting way of continuing the Broken Hardys whole storyline and their whole thing. And I like it. I'm still curious. I don't know if you looked this up or you thought about it anymore, but like I'm still curious, and if anybody knows, let me know. But I'm still curious about if they're actually winning these championships. Like, because I know, like, obviously, like TNA lets their superstars win championships on the Indies. So I wonder if they're actually winning these championships and they're just kind of bringing it into a storyline on TNA, which is kind of cool. I definitely like it though. Casey, any thoughts on the Expedition of Gold, the King of Gold, George Washington, Carrots, Brother Nero? I mean, any of the Expedition of Gold this week? Did you enjoy it? Was it the greatest of all time?
I need you to continue saying things like that.
Gold.
Just words. Just Impact Wrestling.
Anthem Sports and Entertainment.
Ow. I definitely liked it. It was a unique take on it, having Jeff sort of do Matt's premonitions. I thought that was kind of funny. Yeah. I also like that they're kind of going into these kind of promotions that sort of the mainstream wrestling fans may not know of as well. Like mainstream obviously being, WWE, Impact. A lot of these fans don't know as much about, Mid-Atlantic wrestling and other sort of indie promotions. So I definitely like that they're kind of, if not necessarily showing, the entire shows or entire matches, but, kind of giving you an idea, that there are other promotions and that, Impact does allow their wrestlers to wrestle other places, unlike the big other company with the.
Why would you do that though, Meek Maha? Why would you do that though? No.
But I do wish they did the full match. It might be something that they don't have the rights to show the whole match, but why would you do the whole segment if you don't get the rights to show the whole match? It doesn't make sense. Like, it's like you going halfway and you're like, nah, let's not go all the way. Let's just go halfway with it.
Where are you going halfway to, Casey?
To the place with the thing
and the stuff. Yeah, that video. I get it.
Exactly. It's like you don't understand what I'm saying, and then I say it, and then you understand when this man. But yeah, I definitely like it. I want to see where they go next. Hopefully it's another maybe indie promotion or maybe another international promotion would be kind of cool. And kind of maybe introduce us to some of these indie wrestlers a little bit, kind of like they did with this team. Obviously, I'm sure the majority of fans know Psychosis and Super Crazy, at least the older fans, from WCW and fans of Mexican wrestling in general.
Fans of the Mexicals, obviously, right?
Yeah, with the tractors and they cool. Uh, that wasn't racist at all. That whole thing, it wasn't at all. I'm backing up WWE on this. It wasn't. But that was their idea. They wanted to come out with the tractors. They did. Probably not though. But yeah, I definitely like it. Like I said, I'm curious to see where they go next. I didn't look up to see if they actually won any of the titles or if it was just for the whole storyline. But I'm definitely into it.
Okay. Let's jump into the next thing we had, which was Cody making his return.
Last thing we had.
Yeah, let's jump to the wedding.
Okay.
But we had Cody return to TNA, which was nice. And I think I said something about this last week, where I felt like the whole Moose Brandy awkwardness might bring Cody back. I had a feeling that that's probably how they were going to do it, which is smart. I mean, you might as well bring him back with a purpose rather than to bring him back just randomly and be like, yeah, I'm back, guys, yeah. So I was excited. I was happy about that. I had a feeling he was going to turn, but I wasn't too sure. I was kind of like, I guess the thing was I wasn't sure that he was going to do it tonight. I thought they might let it play out for a little bit longer and then have him turn. But then again, you never know how long he's going to be there since he does do so much traveling with the Indies as well. So it's interesting. And I like it. I like that he kind of came out there as like normal Cody. I want to thank Moose. And he kind of talks about mini Moose and then he kind of just takes a turn, and I liked it. Wait, you have her number? I liked it. I think I think I mentioned this particular storyline in general, like this way of booking it in general, anyway. And I liked it. I liked it a lot. I liked the way they did it. I thought it. I think it played out well. I like how he did a little Bullet Club shoot 'em thing at the end. I like that. I thought it's cool. I like that. But yeah, it was just a cool little segment, and it's gonna makes for an interesting match. I still can't remember if Moose is on his list right offhand. I can't remember. I don't know. I'll have to pull that list up and see. But I don't remember if Moose is on that list. But I can't. But I'll look it up and see. But I'm excited though because it'll definitely be a good match. But Casey, thoughts on Cody and Moose's giving thanks taking a turn for the worst?
Yeah, we got Cody, Moose, and Mini Moose. It's terrible, just terrible. But I definitely like this. I liked, Cody coming out and kind of, thanking Moose. At least you thought he was, and then I love his reaction when Moose comes out and Brandy's doing the Moose thing, and Cody's like, I can't believe my wife is actually doing this right now. It was great. I definitely, I don't know if I was surprised at the turn, just because unless you just watch, TNA and don't watch like New Japan or any other promotions that Cody wrestles for, you might not know that he is a member of the Bullet Club. So to me, it wasn't like oh my God, he turned heel, because he's already a heel in the Bullet Club, because Bullet Club is technically a heel faction. And they were calling him by his nickname, the American Nightmare, which isn't really a face name, really.
By the
Nightmare.
way, just in case you were curious, Moose is on that list. So is Trevor Lee. So I wonder, is he going to go after the X Division Championship next?
But I definitely liked, how they played this off with the, you have his number? Oh. And then he, it's a joke. And then he starts attacking Moose and he's like, it's all a joke. It was great. I definitely liked it. I'm excited to see, where they go with this. I like that he kind of did a little hints to the Bullet Club. I'm wondering if they are going to bring anyone else in from Bullet Club. Because I know, not every promotion that Bullet Club is in has all of the members, but they usually at least have, one or two, not just one. So I'm wondering if they'll bring another member of the Bullet Club in with Cody. I think that would definitely be cool. But I'm excited for it. I am done. You may move on.
All right. Next we had the whole Eli Drake and Tyrus thing. We had the video on Eli Drake and Tyrus building up the feud, which I was excited about. We had the match, which I was excited about, and then we had the match, which was there. I mean, I actually thought the match was pretty good. I like Eli Drake kind of running away from Tyrus. It makes sense. He's a big fella. And I like the whole finger poke of doom thing, like the little spoof they did. I like that. I thought that was funny. But basically, Eli Drake knocks down the referee on purpose to get disqualified. I mean, Earl. I think Earl died too. I think we had 3 deaths. Even though he did come back, but I think that was because of the Undertaker. But he did die. And at the end, Tyrus was kind of standing up for himself, and I'm not gonna give in to your demands or whatever. You think money's just gonna turn me or whatever. And then he's like, I won't shake your hand, but I will give you a hug. Then they hugged, and that was it. And I was like, oh, that was different. Cause I don't know if you expected this, but when he was like, I'll give you a hug, I thought they were gonna do the whole hug thing. And he was gonna slam him. Nope, not at all. Got me. So I don't know. I mean, I liked it though. I think the turn's gonna happen. I just think they're maybe waiting on it a little bit longer. Maybe trying to catch you off guard when it does happen. But Casey, thoughts on Tyrus and Eli Drake? And thank God Eli Drake's talking again. Oh, thank God.
It's great. Yeah. Tyrus, no. This match, if you can call it a match, is one of those things where I came in confused with this storyline, and I left even more confused. Just because, to me, this whole feud kind of built weird. It just, for some reason, it just felt off to me. The whole Tyrus, turning on Eli Drake it just didn't seem organic, I guess. And it just kind of felt like TNA was saying, okay, now, he turned on him and believe it. We didn't book it really well, but believe it. And then this whole, now they're friends again. And it was just confusing to me. I felt like they didn't book it well or booked it lazy. They could have done this and it could have been fine if they booked it better, I felt like. But I don't know. I just feel like they don't know what to do with Tyrus, without having him be somebody's bodyguard. That's what he is. It's sad, but that's what he is. Everyone has their role in professional wrestling. And Tyrus is a bodyguard / dinosaur.
Funkasaurus?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with this.
Let's jump into the Jade coming out and calling out Rosemary, setting up the last knockout standing match. I like how they fed off each other, but we've seen it before, so it wasn't. I don't think there was anything that was like, oh my God, what? Except for the last knockout standing match. I was excited about that. I was like, okay, Okay. Okay. It just kind of makes you wonder, because I mean, I think I could see, like, I like how this is being booked, because to me, and I don't know if you feel this way, but to me, it feels like I don't know who's gonna win. Like, yes, Rosemary hasn't had the title for that long, but they're also booking it in a way where like this is Jade's type of match this time, so you know, it kind of makes you think like what could happen, what's gonna happen in this match. But I'm excited. I want to see how it plays out. But thoughts on Jade and Rosemary going into their last knockout standing match coming up? I guess next week, I would assume.
I think so. I don't know. I definitely like it. They to this point have put on really good matches. I feel like, and they work really well together. Probably goes back to the independents. They've had matches with each other before TNA, so they kind of have that chemistry there, I guess. And even not in matches, just in like promos like this, they definitely work well together, work off each other well. So I'm definitely excited for it. And I like that, TNA constantly comes up with different matches for the knockouts. I mean, WWE has sort of started to come out of their shell a little bit with women's matches. With the steel cage match and things like that. But they're still not up to where Impact is, where they'll have ladder matches and 6 sides of steel matches and basically anything.
Well, too, and I think the one thing that TNA does better than WWE as far as women's wrestling is concerned is get you excited about it. Like, they can book this match for someone for someone in WWE, and you just kind of be like, well, this match is gonna be kind of suck, right? Like because we said that with, what was it? Was it the Hell in a Cell match? Which is a match you should be really excited for when it comes to women's wrestling. But then we were kind of like, well, this is probably not going to be that great. But like if TNA puts two women in a whatever the equivalent to a Hell in a Cell match is, like, then we would like be excited about it. Like this is like it's just a last man standing match.
Yeah.
And we're still excited about it.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited for it. I also kind of like you said, I like that we don't really know who's gonna win. It's one of those things where it could go either way, which I also like about Impact. A lot of times in WWE, especially in the women's division, going into a match, you kind of, for the most part, know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
But with knockouts, it's kind of it could go either way, which is definitely.
Yeah, and you could even say with anything, like with the Lashley Josh Barnett match, like 99% of you says that Lashley's gonna win, but there's always that believable sliver that Josh Barnett could win.
Barnett kills people.
Well, yeah, he did. Well, we'll get to that. Might actually be. Speaking of Josh Barnett killing people, we had Josh Barnett versus Bad Bones. I think it was Bad Bones. For some reason, I was getting him confused. I was like, Bad Bones or Big Bones? Some sort of bones. But I like Bad Bones. I like this guy. He's a good fella. I like Bad Bones though. I was a fan. I like this match though. I thought it was a good match. I kind of want to see Bad Bones again. Not in a somewhat jobber setting, but it wasn't really that much of a jobber setting. It didn't feel like. But I think you still felt like Josh Barnett was going to win because obviously he's challenging for the world title coming up. I like having Lashley on commentary. I feel like with that's another difference with TNA and WWE is like when TNA puts somebody on commentary, you don't feel like it's distracting from the match. I don't, at least. Whereas like WWE will do it, and it's like for some reason like you can't focus on the match. Half of it is the camera angles that they use. But the other part is the person on commentary as well. And I like having Lashley on commentary. I think it makes sense since they got to face off next week. And it was weird to see Lashley like give him credit. Lashley's not necessarily a guy to give you credit for anything, but it was nice to see Lashley giving him credit. I like the inverted Kimura lock to end the match. I thought that was nice. And then the the freaking power bomb that probably killed Bones. He probably dead. Um, it was like a jackknife, but like I felt like Bad Bones either landed wrong or like Barnett dropped him. I don't know which one, but somebody done goofed, and Bad Bones probably dead. He dead. It's over. But anyway, thoughts on Josh Barnett versus Bad Bones? Do you like Bad Bones as much as I like Bad Bones? Just saying.
Uh,
I'm a fan. It's my boy.
he was kind of generic to me.
You're kind of generic. You ain't Jay Diesel. Shut up.
JD's wasn't generic. He's the greatest. But I definitely I loved this match. It did seem a little bit like had a little bit of ring rust. By no means is he a rookie. He has wrestled a lot in Japan, which I don't think a lot of people realize. Obviously they know his UFC stuff, but he has wrestled quite a bit in Japan. I tried to look back and see as many matches as I could on YouTube. I found a couple really good matches of his in Japan. So definitely, if you get a chance, go check them out. Definitely did like this match. That power bomb. He killed him. He did. The only thing that I don't like, and not with this match, just I don't like that their match is next week. I would kind of like to see a little bit more build up to this. Make it feel like a bigger match. That's the only thing that I don't like sometimes about TNA is it. I feel like they don't build up matches enough, and it's always like next week or in 2 weeks, and it's like no, get.
I think too the issue with that is like, and we talked about this before. Like TNA doesn't have like an endpoint to write to.
Yeah.
Like their endpoint, their next like technical endpoint is what, Slammiversary?
Yeah.
And that's like in June. So like, and I think that hurts a little bit with like building up these feuds and stuff. Is like, it's hard to create an endpoint because you don't have any pay-per-views. You only have 2.
Yeah, and that's the kind of the downfall of not having as many pay-per-views. And they used to have a bunch, and now they're just Impact themed pay-per-views, which I mean, even them, I feel like they don't build up as much as they probably should. But I'm definitely, either way, I'm excited for the match. Just like I said, I wish they had a little bit more build up to it because I think it could be a really good match. And if you build it up, fans are going to be that much more excited for it. Definitely a good match this week, and he did. He
did. He is. Speaking of death, we got DJZ versus Trevor Lee, which I don't know why that rhymes, but it does. But this was definitely a good match. Shout out to DJZ though. This man's still selling an injury from like 3 weeks ago. This man the GOAT. I'm just saying. Rarely ever do you see somebody, now albeit it was probably like 3 days ago for him, but still, like the fact that he's still selling that injury that happened, quote 3 weeks ago, like that's just amazing to me because you don't see selling like that. Rarely ever do you see selling like that. And like obviously you had the whole like concerto with the leg, which destroys an entire leg. But every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, his leg is gone. They're gonna have to put a new one on there because like that spot just gets me every time. But like, and it was kind of like since we're kind of referring back to WWE and a lot of things, when Apollo Crews got his leg destroyed by Dolph Ziggler and was fine the next week. How'd that work though?
I mean, and then there's some people who get destroyed and they find in the next segment.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. But yeah, I definitely thought this was an amazing match. I liked it. I love how the way DJZ and Trevor Lee work together. And I kind of want to see, is this going to set up Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett for the title coming up soon? Because Everett comes back after they try to take out Z's leg again. And it hit him with a freaking Hurricane Buster thing. What was that? Like, what do you even call? Like, he did. Like, it was a Hurricane Rana, but freaking Lee landed on his head and died, bruh. Wow. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like Kalisto kind of does it, but it won't nothing like that. It won't nothing like that. Shout out to freaking Lee selling on that too, but that was great. I love that. That was freaking amazing. Good match, and I like Andrew Everett coming back out. And like Andrew Everett's so underrated though. Like I knew Andrew Everett was good, but like I feel like now he can finally shine maybe without kind of the Helms dynasty holding him back because there's always like the not necessarily the weak link, but the guy who kind of gets put in the background in every faction. Luke Harper recently, but my boy Big Red, from the Wyatt family as well. But yeah, and that's kind of how Andrew Everett was, unfortunately. But he's really good, so I'm excited. Because I think he and Trevor Lee could put on some really good matches, and plus they have the chemistry. But Casey, thoughts on DJZ versus Trevor Lee?
Yeah, I thought the match itself was okay. I was more into, the after the match and Trevor Lee dying. He did. He bounced too, which made like he bounced.
Oh! Speaking of dead, like that cell on the what was it? Was it a drop? It wasn't a drop kick. It was like an enziguri or something.
Yeah.
Where he sold for like years. This man probably still selling that.
That was the greatest sell. But I don't know if you noticed this after the match when Josh Matthews said he got a steel chair, and I was like, that steel chair looks awful plastic. That's a plastic chair. That one a steel chair. It was one of them hard plastic chairs, but it was plastic. I'm just come on, people. But I definitely loved Everett coming out and basically trying to kill Trevor. Like I said, bruh, like I get that you're mad. I get it. But you can't be bouncing people on the head. It's not good for business when people die. We already saw one death. We gotta put our foot down. One death per show. Just one. And Bad Bones was the one. So, but yeah, definitely. I'm excited for this feud. I'm just excited to see more of kind of Andrew Everett kind of shine a little bit. I've seen some of his matches in PWG and other places, but I would like to see him kind of shine more on a bigger stage in Impact. Because I feel like a lot of these guys, and even over, in WWE with like Kalisto, if you watch their matches in the indies and, like PWG and stuff, they have really good matches. It's just a lot of these fans, unless you really watch a lot of, indie stuff, they don't really know how good these guys really are. And it's unfortunate. So I definitely hope that they kind of push Andrew Everett a little bit. Maybe give him a title run, possibly, probably not.
All right. And then it starts with Andrew Everett, then it goes to Big Red. So
it does not go to Big Red. It does not ever go to Big Red.
It does. Big Red gotta get his push.
Yeah, he goes out the door when he gets fired.
He'll deserve it. Dang on it. He deserves to be pushed in the world title. But we got the wedding of the century. We do. I just love the build up to this wedding throughout the night. I like it. I think it made sense. I liked that they didn't do it last week and they kind of did a bachelor party to kind of continue that build up and whatnot. I like that a lot. Rex and Spud was the greatest thing I've ever seen in this wedding. And I even like that Aron Rex didn't even he was still in his attire, his wrestling attire. Usually that annoys me, but for some reason it just works for Aron Rex. So I just took it. But he had me cracking up. Him and Spud work so freaking well together. And then the whole, Sutter freaking standing up to Maria, then Allie finally standing up to Maria. The whole like payoff that I think we've been waiting for. Like we've seen glimpses of it, and it kind of finally happened now. The whole kiss at the end, like the whole freaking freaking Princess Diaries kiss at the end with Braxton Sutter. Um, but yeah, like I enjoyed this though. I did like or like I guess the prom kiss. I don't know what the heck that was. But I enjoyed the wedding though. I thought it was hilarious. It was hysterical. And it had a good payoff. There was a good payoff to it. Now I mean like a lot of people saying this was the greatest wedding of all time, but I mean this wasn't Snitsky talking about it wasn't his fault. First off, and second off, this wasn't Taz joining the Aces and Eights. Like that was the greatest wedding of all time. But this was a good wedding. I enjoyed it. I mean, Spud and Rex, Spud and Aron Rex. Oh, it was the greatest thing ever. And Laurel, she brought out the dress. It won't the normal dress, but it was still the dress though. And Sienna looking like a normal human without wrestling attire. Wow. Um, But yeah, I enjoyed this, and I also thought it was funny that Maria was making fun of Allie's dress when she was wearing the exact same dress. I was like, you do realize you wearing the exact same dress, right? Just saying. But yeah, definitely, I enjoyed it. I was surprised it was the main. It was like the last thing. I thought it was gonna be like a 30-minute wedding because like when they went to it, it was like there was 30 minutes left. I also felt like there was gonna be a DCC new member thing, but I'm glad they didn't do that because they just did it with Aces and Eights. So why? Well, not just, but the last wedding they did was Aces and Eights. So I'm glad they didn't do it this way. Do it with them too. But I liked it. I thought it was good. Casey, thoughts on the main attraction, the Laurel Van Ness and Braxton Sutter's wedding?
You know, this right here is just proof that Braxton Sutter is a complete home wrecking jerk. What kind of man who we all know is in a committed relationship with Allie completely disregards that and not only cheats on Allie, but he goes as far as to try and marry another woman. Sick. Aron Rex and Spud were there, which made it a little bit better. It was okay. But
who was that?
I'm sorry, Aron Rex and Spud. But did Maria say ring bearer or ring bear? Because
I think she said ring bear.
Bears aren't safe. I don't think you want to ring bear. But then the look on Braxton's face when he saw Allie and realized that he done goofed. He realized he done goofed, and he tried to marry another woman where he had a beautiful lady already. And
too like, and I forgot to mention this, but their acting together is phenomenal. Like it's out of control how good they are together, as far as like acting, like all this, like the little acting segments in the back, bruh. They need an Academy Award.
I mean, yeah, that's because they're a real couple, and he tried to ruin that by trying to marry another woman. Don't fall for his lies, Allie. Don't fall for his lies. You too good for him. You too good for him, girl. But I also love the fans almost completely over the entire segment.
Yes. And I like it. I like that the fans were relevant about their cheers. Right? Like if this was happening in WWE and we were just gonna rail against it, everybody would be like, CM Punk, see what? No. Like at least the chants were relevant.
But yeah, definitely probably one of the best weddings in professional wrestling history. One.
I mean, it did include Aron
Rex.
Okay.
But I was also I'm curious to see what's going on with the new ownership, because Pope kept kind of hinting towards knowing something about it the entire night. I don't know if you noticed that on commentary.
Dixie Carter's coming back, baby.
So I'm wondering what they're doing with that.
Oh, I
I
think it's the Jeff Jarrett thing.
Yeah, I kind of expected something to happen during the wedding, but
I think next week, if I'm not mistaken, is live. There's a live show coming up soon. I know they said something about it. They actually said something about it during the show.
yeah.
So that'll be the time to look out for Jeff Jarrett and the hostile takeover.
And Aron Rex.
But I enjoyed the show. I felt like, and I've said this before, like I feel like TNA is very consistent, but I feel like sometimes it's not necessarily that they're going through the motions, but I think they're so consistently good that we're kind of like there's no big oh my god, that was cool. I think I get that kind of feeling from them. It's not like it's a bad even what was it last week where we just kind of eh. It was like last week or the week before we were kind of just weren't into the show. It wasn't that it was a bad show. It was just they're all it seems like TNA is very consistent at having a good weekly show. But I think weeks like this kind of show there's always more they can do.
Yeah. I would go as far as to say that they are one of the best professional wrestling promotions that has gone out of business.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, there's still people saying, TNA sucks. Hulk Hogan and stuff. Yeah.
Stuff that happened 6 years ago. Bruh.
But anyway, I just enjoyed it. I think for some reason this show felt different. It felt like there was something bigger about it, or like the matches felt like that. They were better. There was something about this show that popped with me. I don't know what it was. Get it? Pop. Sorry.
It's probably the wedding.
There was some popping on the wedding.
Or Aron.
That's that. You're not wrong. That's what it was. But that was your TNA Impact Wrestling review. I want to once again promote our ICW P6. I always forget because I'm not used to saying ICWP, right? I'm just not. But I want to promote the 6-pack again. Be sure to check it out. We'll have a new episode tomorrow. I know Amy said something about something. So I wanted to make sure that we had that right. But yeah, we got the 6-pack coming up tomorrow. Our top 6 countdown that we do weekly usually comes around on Saturdays, either Saturday or Sunday, for the most part Saturday. And then we have the weekly WWE review, which usually comes on on Thursday. I always think it's Wednesday because of NXT, but Thursday. So be sure to check that out as well. Our recent episode is is up now, so be sure to check it out. But other than that, guys, I guess we'll see you guys later. Be sure to comment, your thoughts on the show. Follow us at ICW_podcast. Talk to us a little bit. Just let us know how you feeling about TNA this week. How you feeling about whatever wrestling related this week, or sports related, or the process. Are you trusting it? Are you trusting the process? But anyway, we'll see you guys later. We do hope you guys enjoyed. We'll see you next time on the Instant Classic Wrestling Podcast, the only podcast that is always, and I mean always, an instant classic.